summer, May, fall. This is definitely a smaller band so far. I mean, they only have like not quite 3,000 subscribers to their channel. They have no playlists, which is kind of annoying. They definitely have some official videos. It's weird they did this like music videos list, but I can't organize these into anything. Okay, that's a visualizer. All right, this one looks to be 4 years ago. This is 3, more 3. That's 2 years. And I'm not sure if that's a video or not. Okay, I think that is specifically the video. I think that's the way this works. So Aftermath, Undertow. Okay, I don't see that one in my list either. Man. See, this is why some artists make it really hard. I just want to have a playlist which has all of your music videos in it. By the way, villain is apparently a really common topic at the moment. Villain Vibes is a song we looked at a while ago from another band. So, and Bad Omens X Evanescence. Wait, did we look at Forever May Fall before? I don't think we did. Man, before I do this, I should double check. No, I think I'm thinking of like Catchfly, who also labeled themselves kind of like that. All right, let's go.
Dead or alive, is this a nightmare? If I wanna survive, will it cost my life? Saying goodbye is my worst fear, but I'm not turning back to a time when it was unclear if the demons inside were either wrong or right. A hostage inside of my own mind, but I'm not turning back. I'm not turning back. I can hear the sirens sounding. I can feel the fire burning. I'll make myself the aftermath. I can see the ashes falling, but I know the rain is coming. I'll break myself. I'll make myself the aftermath. Keep pulling me down, but I'm relentless. They want me to drown, but I can fight all day. Spinning around into nothing, but I'm not slipping down in the grave that they made me, where nobody wants to be the one to bleed. Less is the name.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at that. Oh, jeez, I freaked out the camera again. I'm sorry. Oh, it's back. Okay. Jeez. I turn my head a little bit too much and things happen. But Yeah, I'm I'm like laughing hysterically because of that attempt to make a sandwich, if you want to call it that. That was hilarious. Just like throwing bread and meat at a plate. uh, anyways, the song is interesting. Um, I like the visuals too. The visuals are very much like telling me the story about trying to like find yourself, which sort of goes with, the lyrics. I appreciate all of that. Anyways, let's get back to it.
That they gave me, but I'm not slipping down. I'm not slipping down. I can hear the sirens sounding. I can feel the fire burning. I'll make myself the aftermath. I can see the ashes falling, but I know the rain is coming. I'll break myself. I'll make myself the aftermath. The aftermath. Dead or alive, is this a nightmare? If I wanna survive, will it cost my life? Saying goodbye is my worst fear, but I'm not turning. No, I'm not turning back. I'll break myself to make myself. I can hear the sirens sounding. I can feel the fire burning. I'll make myself the aftermath. I can see the ashes falling, but I know the rain is coming.
By the way, I just have to mention this. Uh, like, getting in the shower with your makeup on is a horribly bad idea. Because some of it's not really water soluble. So it's gonna like smear rather than like wash off. And even if it does wash off, you really don't want that getting in like your mouth or any other part of your body. It's definitely meant to go on the outside, not the inside. So, yes. Take it off before showering. Just had to throw that out there, okay? I know they love to show that in like movies and stuff. That is a horrible idea though. Just horrible. Anyways, back to this.
I'll break myself. I'll make myself. I'll make myself the aftermath.
Oh wait, we got like 4-second outro. Okay, it all seems to be silence. I think we're good. Man, for 4 years, only getting 57K views. That's kind of sad. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And most of the comments seem to agree with me. I think more people just need to see them. But yeah, the production level's good. I like the storytelling in it. It's not maybe super catchy. It's nice, but it lacks like a strong hook. I like the subject matter though. It all seems to be about alcoholism. Words are hard. But yeah, it's definitely got like a whole thing to it. All right, let's go on.
You've been building your life, stealing from people time, playing the victims, what keeps you alive? Why are you the way you are? Where's your stage when it's so dark?
Okay, this feels like social commentary already. I mean, girl is definitely talking about billionaires. Come on. Come on. You can't, like, hear these lyrics and then not go, oh yeah, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison. That's clearly who she's talking about. Come on.
Not my fault you fall apart when bad things come to ugly hearts. Nobody wants to be like you. Fake issues, hope you crumble from all of that weight. I really hate the shit you do. Seems like you only suffer from feeling the same. Screaming words that aren't your own. Chasing roads to find a home. You can lie, you can try to deny who you are from the truth. Nobody wants to be like you. You've been chasing this high, addicted to people who tell you you're right. Now they're saying goodbye. The secrets you keep have them drawing the line. Why are you the way you are? Where's your stage when it's so dark? Not my fault you fall apart. Bad things come to ugly hearts. Nobody wants to be like you. Fake issues, hope you crumble from all of that weight. I really hate the shit you do. Seems like you only suffer from feeling the same. Screaming words that aren't your own. Chasing roads to find a home. You can lie, you can try to deny who you are from the truth. Nobody wants to be like you. There is nowhere left to turn. Your lesson was never learned. You leave here to crash and burn. I hope it hurts, I hope it hurts. Nobody wants to be like you. Fake issues, hope you crumble from all of that weight. I really hate the shit you do. Seems like you only suffer
Man, those
from
poor
feeling
drums.
the same. Screaming words that aren't your own. Chasing roads to find a home. You can lie, you can try to deny who you are from the truth. Nobody wants to be like you. Nobody wants to be like you. Nobody wants to be like you.
Oops. All right, we have credits in this one. That's interesting. I do like some good credits. But I think we'll pause on that. All right. This one is a lot catchier than that first one. There's definitely a hook here. And I mean, making it social commentary makes it even more fire as far as I'm concerned. I do like me some good social commentary. Yes, I agree. The lack of views is a crime against humanity. It's only had 14K views in 3 years. I much prefer this to the first one we looked at. Yeah, man, they need way more attention. If you enjoyed any of their songs so far, I recommend after my stream going and taking a listen yourself. Even if you've heard it already here, it's gonna be great on another watch or listen. So definitely go do that. Yes. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay. I really have to pause and do some commentary. I've been putting it off. So, I gotta say, this chorus is just awesome. They've added in some electronica flavor into this one, which I appreciate as well. I do love me some electronica. Which is also an interesting mix. They're definitely a rock band leaning into the harder side of things. You don't usually hear a lot of electronica mixed into that. Like lighter rock music that leans into like pop will have like electronica quite often. I'm totally forgetting the name of the group. Oh, gee. There is that one other band that likes to have electronic elements in like heavier rock beats. And I'm totally blanking on the name of the bands. They just had that killer one about the elevator. Jeez. Too much information is crowded into my brain all at once. And I start losing things. Things fall out. Okay? You just see ideas plop out of my head. In like real time. But yeah, it's a really interesting blend. I like it a lot. And this is a very catchy song. So, anyways, let's let them finish.
Baptized by demons we know. Ignore the wreckage, swallowed by another world. Baptized by demons we know. We're disconnected, drowning in the undertow. Baptized by demons we know. We're disconnected, drowning in the undertow. Baptized by demons we know. Ignore the wreckage,
I was not trying to restart that. I was trying to catch it at the end. Anyways, 26K views in 3 years. That is a decent rate compared to their other songs. The cascada of metal music. I can kind of see that. I mean, Cascada is definitely got those electronica vibes that they're adding in here. I definitely can see that. Yeah, yeah. I like this comment too. When you wake up in the morning and start randomly humming this song, that's when you know a band rocks. And yes, that happens to me a lot. I like wake up with a song stuck in my head. Randomly, it's always different. I might not even heard this song recently. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay, I gotta point this out already. I really, really like the way she's separating those words. In music, separation, or in other words, silence, because vocally it's silence, um, lends an emphasis to your words that is not there when they all like interconnect, which is how we usually speak. One word rolls into the next word. We tend to speak a lot like, say, Japanese or Chinese is like structured. There's very little break between like words in Japanese or Chinese. It's all sort of a matter of context that you need to learn. And that's sort of how like spoken language tends to work. But you can emphasize things by just adding that little bit of space between them. And it's a great way to like add emphasis in a song. Anyways, that was the thought I had that I needed to get out. Let's get back to it.
Won't take it now. So why am I still here holding out for you to be someone else? You hurt yourself, you can't get out. You're staring at 6 feet underground, but nobody wants to help you now. Nobody wants to help you. Nobody wants to. Not so alone. How does it feel when you can't be real with yourself? You'll always need control, 'cause you can't let go. You can't let go. I saw you like the moon and all the stars. Now I see who you are.
Man, her. So, I've talked about this before, but there's like 3 ways you can sing. Most singing that's like in like say pop music is very much like what they call mixed voice or head voice, and that whole last part was totally in head voice. She's just up there, the highest part of her range. You can tell it's head voice by the way it sounds. Uh, the only type she doesn't really use in this is what is usually referred to as chest voice. That's like the lower part of your range usually. It has usually also the most power. So mixed is where you combine the highness of head voice with the power of chest voice. Anything in that mixed area is mixed voice. Like a lot of my vocal training is how to use mixed voice because optimally that's what we want for most of singing. If you like, I don't know if I've covered anyone, but like, if you've ever listened to, what's the name of that song? Bang Bang by Cher. If you've ever heard that song, she does these parts where it gets like really low and like chesty. And that was sort of like the highlight of what Cher did vocally up until she became like a pop singer, which is a more recent thing. But yeah, uh, that's one of those rare cases where you're like singing, and it's not even singing she's really doing for those. They're very much like spoken, and they're, chesty because it's the parts where she goes bang bang. I can't do it quite the way she does, not without like prepping. Anyways, back to the song. Back to the song.
You're the hostage inside of the crisis you've created. You say it's everybody's fault, but it's your own self-hatred. No, there's no one left to clean your mess. Oh, I did my best. I did right. I know you're looking at mirror, covering cracks to feel better inside. That narcissists are born, they're made. Not a fool. How does it feel when you can't be real with yourself? You'll always need control, 'cause you can't let go. You can't let go. I saw you like the moon and all the stars. Now I see who you are. Now I see who you are. I know you're looking at mirror. I know you're looking at mirror.
I really want to know who did that scream part. Was that her? Was that one of the others? I'm quite curious. It it didn't quite feel like her voice, but maybe. Very curious. Anyways, back to it.
Not a fool. How does it feel when you can't be real with yourself? You'll always need control, 'cause you can't let go. You can't let go. I saw you like the moon and all the stars. Now I see who you are.
All right. All right. Man, she does so much head voice in this. I've talked about this before. It is really hard to stay in head voice. head voice takes a lot of effort. Like, a lot. And she stays up in there for a good portion of this song. And it's definitely not mixed voice. You can tell when she goes all the way into head voice. And man, one of the things I find hardest when I have to sing in head voice is dropping back down into mixed voice after. I tend to have so much more head voice in my sound when I initially drop back down. I have to get used to like using and pulling up more chest voice into my mixed voice when I do it. And to her, she switches like that. It's just, head voice and then right back into mix with zero added head voice. That takes so much work and effort. I appreciate her vocals here. And this one has gotten way more views than the others. It actually makes me feel that like Undertow is like criminally underrated or at least underviewed. Most of the comments are in line with what I said, so. Okay, we did hear you. I didn't think it was in there, but it is. So I think the only one left is Villain. So let's take a listen. It says this is the music video, or official video at least.
You wanna paint me in the colors I'm not, throwing shadows on my name, but it's not enough.
Okay. Now, this is definitely not a real video. They're using a visualizer effect. So I'm not gonna listen to this one, but I do like the sound. The sound was good. You know my criteria, Yugen. You know my criteria. It has to be an official video or live. And by that I mean something actually with like a visual that is not just an effect like this. I like the sound. I really like the sound. Forever May Fall. If you listen to this, how about dropping us a video or a live? I will totally take a live. I would love to see them do some live stuff. Obviously, most people are the same way. Only about 1.4K views in the last 8 months. And I think this reason is the same as my reason. I want that music video. And I thought it was a music video because official music video and official video are like super close to each other. Anyways, I think that is the last for Forever May Fall. Fun band. Fun band. I like what they're doing. I want them to keep at it. If you've enjoyed them, please go take a listen yourself. I know you can already is. Already, as soon as the stream is over. Anyways,